Hey Leo, welcome back to my channel. This is Jen with Lighthouse Oracle, and I'm bringing you the energy check-in for the week. This is going to apply for the whole week depending on when you decide to watch, and there may be a message for you at that time. So we're going to start with the tarot cards to give me an overview of what your energy is looking like at this moment, and then we're going to dive into the oracle cards for some advice from spirit. So we're going to go ahead and put these to the side. All the decks that I use in this reading can be found in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what your energy is looking like, Leo. And also, just to let you know, this is, I'm also a Leo sun, so a reading for you is a reading for me. So let's take a look at what it's looking like right now. Anything else? All right, so we're gonna just do that. This to the side. So starting off, we have, the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. I always see this as Eight of Wands, but Eight of Swords in reverse, and then the Nine of Wands. So a little bit, pretty heavy air energy here. Also Earth and Fire. Wow. I mean, seeing as this is also like a reading for me too, like interesting. First of all, there is like a death of some sort that you've been going through, kind of like maybe like a death of the ego. It's kind of getting that a little bit of a, not like a defeated kind of an energy, but more like, yep, this is it. This is where it, like, basically hitting rock bottom, and almost like we can only go up from here. I'm kind of like, and I'm not seeing this as like a bad thing at all. I'm not getting bad energy from any of this right now, which is very interesting. I'm kind of seeing this as like, yeah, we're not staying here anymore. Like we're getting in tune with our Queen of Pentacles. You know, the Queens are very nurturing signs. So the Queen of Pentacles being it as like an earth element sign, earth elemental like ruling card. The Queen of Pentacles is very like nurturing your material fulfillment. We're nurturing your 3D realm. Like you see how she's kind of just enjoying her abundance. She's like surrounded by greenery and water, and it's very like, I mean, she's a queen, right? So I feel like we're just not allowing ourselves to be in this stuck and sad and just like dead energy, right? We're like seeing everything that we have. We're feeling abundant. We're getting ourselves out of this stuck energy, and we're keeping boundaries. I see this is really good. We're getting, I'm getting like a lot of like protect my vibes, whatever brings me peace. And I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is super at peace. She's like a mother, right? The mother, and it's like you've birthed and manifested all of these things into your world, into your environment, and you're protecting that. You're not letting it, like, any old, conflicts or tension or hostile, energies freaking kill you anymore. You're just seeing, like, everything for what it is and how it is, and really enjoying the fruits of your labor. And why not? I feel like we are so hard on the end goal, whatever the end goal is, whether it's like retirement or, I want to be a billionaire, or, I want to have kids and a family and a marriage, and all these, they're all wonderful things, but we're so focused on the end that we're not focused on the now and focused on the here. So I feel like this is good. We're in our Queen of Pentacles energy. We are living in the here and now. Do you see this queen? She's staring at her pentacles. She's staring at her bag. She's staring at the now. Whatever she has now. She's not like drifting off. She's not looking in the distance. She's not like looking into future potentials. She's looking at what she has now and appreciating what she has now. And then this Eight of Swords in reverse is just getting out of that mental cage and that mental block. And so awesome. And in doing so, it's like you work so hard to get out of this energy that you want to protect your peace. You want to protect this garden that you've built. You want to protect this abundance that you've had. So I see this as like really good energy right now. Just keep it up. Don't let, whatever, this blocked, mental, trapped cage energy make you feel this way. Stay in this Queen of Pentacles energy. Stay in the energy of abundance, and the universe will give you more reasons to feel abundant. So yeah, like this is good things. Like I'm not saying anything bad about this right now. And maybe if you are feeling in this, maybe if you are feeling kind of at a rock bottom and you're feeling like, tens are also all about cycles ending. So if you're feeling like a little bittersweet, a little melancholy, a little bit kind of at rock bottom, I see really good change for you. And I see, like, if you do, change your perspective and allow yourself to not so focus on future potentials and focus more on the things you have now, it'll help you get out of this mental trap. And it'll also help you, give you better resiliency to build your boundaries and to have boundaries so things like this aren't so detrimental. You know what I mean? Like, cycles come, cycles go, seasons come, seasons go, leaves change all the time, energy shifts and changes all the time. And so it's allowing yourself to be open to this change while also protecting your boundaries. So you're not like, so every time a cycle ends or something happens, that you're not like at rock bottom every time. You know what I mean? I mean, this is definitely a message for me too, because sometimes I get caught up in my head and then like a cycle ends and I'm like, why? Like, this is the end of the world and this is awful and I'll never get out of this. I'll never get out of this. And then I do get out of it. And then, cycles repeat themselves because I haven't had a chance to, sit and really enjoy everything that I've worked so hard to accomplish. In looking, an accomplishment doesn't have to be like you win a gold medal. It's like, you've spent a day taking care of yourself, doing things that bring you more joy than anxiety, addressing childhood traumas, waking up when you feel like you don't want to wake up. That is an accomplishment in itself. Surviving when you don't want to is an accomplishment. And we don't want to go into a dark place, so we're going to keep it light right now because I want to congratulate you if you've, this life isn't the easiest, and it takes a lot of perspective and a lot of change and a lot of like going through this cycle to get to a place where you understand what your boundaries are, you understand what potential triggers can keep you inside this mental block, and then also, diving into this Queen of Pentacles energy is hard. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have all of this stuff and for what, but it takes work and it takes effort. And I feel like you got this, you can do it. I mean, Leos are super enduring, we're fixed signs, so we're very persistent, we are very prideful, we guard our tribes, we are like ride or die. And so I feel like you need to be ride or die for yourself too, even if you're at like in a mental cage, knowing that you have the power to get out of that is like the first step. So let's look into the oracle cards to see what Spirit's advice for you is, what the fairies have to say, give you some messages. I love this. This is a good reading. This makes me feel hopeful. Like everything I'm going through isn't like too bad. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna take that one. It was like on the tip of my finger and it was like, come on, let me go. So, oh, I love this. Okay, this says, look in a book. It says, whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Obviously, I cannot read right now. I don't know what I'm saying. So maybe, I'm gonna just, if you want to just read that for yourself. So I love that. Look in a book. Maybe there's been a book that you're reading that maybe does really resonate with your situation and the cycle that you're going through. Of course, I'm reading, more specifically for Leos, but there's a ton of Leos out there. So however this cycle resonates with you, maybe there's like a book that you're reading and book that you're picking up on that has, certain messages to help you get insight on, maintaining your boundaries, getting into this Queen of Pentacles energy, allowing you to feel more abundant, more, you know, not as trapped. Right now I'm reading the book called Women Who Love Too Much, or I think it's called Women Who Love Too Much, and it's a really good book. I recommend it for both men and women. Like, of course, like the examples in the book are very geared towards women, but I feel like there's a lot of stigma around men with, you know, sensitive men, and, you know, men shouldn't be all manly and I don't think that's the case. Like, I don't believe that. I feel like we should embrace our emotions, and for me, being in like more spiritual, I feel like we shouldn't bottle up our emotions, both men and women alike, because energy is energy, and you shouldn't keep your energy trapped inside of you. That's where all these mental blocks come from. But so if you want to check out that book, honestly, it's a really good book. Also, there's another book called You Are a Badass, and I listened to the audiobook on it, and I really like it. So, you know, some recommendations. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by them, but, you know, check it out. So let's look into a last little message from Spirit, and see where little message Spirit has for Leos for this week. Okay, I think we're just gonna, oh, that's cute. Okay. It says, pucker up, buttercup. And on the back side, it says, being fair and reasonable will earn you respect and admiration, but being genuinely kind will make you a total love magnet. Go for a love magnet, the universe. That's so cute. Okay, so I think it's like, that's cute, pucker up. That's so cute. But I'm definitely looking more towards this message here. And I feel like it's like maybe pride and these boundaries have gotten you to, and maybe it's these cycles, right? These cycles have kind of pushed you to a point where your boundaries are really thick. Like nothing, like almost like, it's kind of like Fort Worth in your energy field. And it takes like, you know, so at some times it may seem like you're cold or not as like approachable anymore, because it's like you've been through this hurt so many times, and it's understandable why, you know, sometimes we start building more barriers, more walls, and more boundaries, because it's like, I don't want to feel this way again, so this is now a boundary. I don't want to feel this way again, so this is now a boundary. But you're also just boundaries, not barriers, is what I always say. But, you know, when you put too many boundaries, in a way, it's kind of like putting a filter to like one good thing, and then just, or say like, okay, so say we're filtering, I don't know why this just came to my head, but sandwiches. So say if you're like, you know, say if like suddenly bread no longer makes you happy, and then you're like, no bread. Now all of your sandwiches are breadless. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, but there's also so many different types of bread, right? There's like brioche, there's like wheat bread, white bread, rye bread, sourdough, like there's so many different varieties. And so, you know, blocking yourself from all of it would kind of like, you know what I mean? It just feels like it's so much more restricted. So I feel like having more of that free-flowing energy is what's needed, especially with these cycles, right? Cycles, if we're so resistant to these change, oftentimes that's where we feel the most hurt, because we're not welcoming, you know, new change and new cycles to occur. So then it's like being fair and reasonable. It's like, yeah, you're being reasonable because you have these boundaries for a reason. It's not unreasonable. And in doing so, it earns you respect and admiration. But when it turns into a coldness, it turns to a sense of like stoicism, to a point where I feel like maybe I don't know if I can genuinely have like a deeper conversation with you. And I feel like it's like being genuinely kind makes you a total love magnet. And being more genuine, maybe it's like, yeah, you have these boundaries and you set these boundaries, but that doesn't have to stop you from being a kind person. So, yep. Maybe sometimes if people see like you're like further into your garden, I guess, like your Queen of Pentacles, and seeing how you feel abundant, maybe that'll inspire them to tap into their abundance too. So, and you never know, the power of planting a seed. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave your reading today, Leos. I really hope that this resonated with you. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, check out the description box for more information, and I will see you all in my next reading. Okay, take care, Leos. Bye.